In this session, we'll look at risk assessment and why it's an important part of organic standards. The organic standards give the requirements for risk assessment. Here we can read the requirements under the National Standards for Organic and Biodynamic Produce. In itself, this standard cannot guarantee that organic or biodynamic products are free of non-allowed residue material or other environmental contaminants, as they may be subjected to pollution sources beyond control and/or detection by the certified operator. However, the procedures practiced in accordance with this standard by the certified operator will ensure the lowest possible risk of contamination of organic and biodynamic produce. Today, we'll look at what is risk. With an organic beef cattle property, risk is anything that could potentially affect the organic status of either the land or the livestock on the property. This is sometimes called a threat to organic integrity. What are some of the risks that could happen on a beef cattle property? Let's look at external first. For example, is there a neighbor who aerial sprays crops with synthetic herbicides? Is there a risk that the chemicals may spray drift onto your property and contaminate your land? Do you have a river that runs through your property that may have been contaminated upstream from herbicides or pesticides? Next, look at what could be possible risks to your organic status internally. For example, are there any old dip sites on your property that may harbor residues? Could cattle come into contact with the site and inadvertently become contaminated? Look at the activities of neighboring properties. Are there any that could potentially contaminate your land or livestock with prohibited substances? When assessing risk, also take into account processes. For example, what is the risk that non-organic cattle may be accidentally sold as organic? What processes do you have in place to ensure this does not occur? After assessing all possible risks, look at how each of these identified risks could be managed. For example, to ensure non-organic cattle are not sold as organic, the way to manage this could be staff training in how you identify organic livestock. Another example of managing risk could be fencing off an old dip site to ensure no possible residues could come into contact with cattle.